Have you ever found yourself caught in a relationship where affection feels conditional, where care must be earned, and warmth is offered only when you play by unspoken rules? These relationships often pass as meaningful, even intimate, but beneath the surface, they operate like silent transactions, rooted not in love or loyalty, but in control, manipulation, and the slow erosion of self-trust. More than 2,000 years ago, the Greek storyteller Aesop captured this exact dynamic in a fable so brief, it's easy to overlook. And yet, within that short story lies something quietly familiar, a reflection of the confusion, hurt, and second-guessing we feel when relationship becomes a performance. His words still speak to us today, not just as a lesson in human behavior, but as a reminder to see clearly, to protect our emotional wellness, and to stop mistaking inconsistency for care. A hound once chased a hare across the countryside, bounding through fields, snarling with purpose. But something was strange. At times, he lunged at her heels with deadly intent, and yet, moments later, he would slow his pace, wag his tail, and move with the playfulness of a companion, not a predator. The hare, panting and confused, couldn't tell. Was she being hunted or toyed with? Confused and exhausted, the hare finally stopped, turned to face the hound, and cried out, "If you mean to harm me, why pretend to be my friend? And if you are truly my friend, why do you keep trying to hurt me?" This brief tale cuts straight to the heart of a quiet pain many of us carry, the kind that comes from relationships where harm is disguised as affection. On the surface, this might seem like a simple fable about mixed signals, but beneath it lies a profound psychological truth, one that many of us have lived through without even realizing it. This story describes a type of person whose behavior is inconsistent by design. One moment, they're warm, affectionate, even generous. The next, they're distant, dismissive, or sharply cruel. Their inconsistency isn't accidental. It's a form of emotional manipulation. They make you question your perception, your reactions, even your self-worth. You begin to wonder if you're imagining things or overreacting. And the most dangerous part? When you finally try to speak up, when you name the harm, they flip the script. They play the victim. They tell you you're too sensitive, too dramatic, too much. It's not just confusing. It's designed to make you doubt yourself, so they can keep control. So how do we escape this cycle? The answer lies in what the hare does. She calls it out. She doesn't keep running. She doesn't stay quiet, hoping the hound will somehow change. She stops. She turns. She confronts. She speaks the truth. And that's where your healing begins, too. It starts with acknowledging the problem. This kind of behavior isn't kindness. It's coercion. It's not love. It's not intimacy. It's about control. The more clearly you can see the dynamic for what it is, the less power it has over you. You can love or care about someone deeply and still recognize that their presence in your life is toxic. You can grieve the end of a relationship and still know it wasn't healthy. The bottom line? Just because you miss someone doesn't mean you need them in your life. You can walk away with compassion, but that compassion must begin with yourself. Kindness doesn't mean self-sacrifice. Your well-being does not require anyone's permission. Narcissistic people rarely respect boundaries. So your job isn't to convince them to change. Your job is to stay clear, consistent, and committed to your own emotional health. Because the person who keeps hurting you, they'll only stop when you stop giving them permission to. In real life, narcissistic people can be hard to spot. But the good news? Narcissistic relationships follow a surprisingly predictable pattern. Idealize, devalue, discard. At first, they make you feel chosen, special, seen. They shower you with affection, compliments, and attention, a phase often known as love bombing. But then the shift begins. The same person who once praised your sensitivity now mocks you for being too emotional. They vanish when you need support, only to reappear when it's convenient. They gossip, manipulate, or quietly turn others against you, then deny everything when confronted. This hot and cold behavior isn't random, it's intentional. By keeping you in a constant state of confusion, they stay in control. Aesop's fable, The Dog and the Hare, teaches us something powerful. Clarity is more healing than hope. When someone's actions and words don't align, believe the actions. When you feel drained, doubting, or diminished, believe that feeling. And when someone calls you too sensitive for expressing pain, recognize the manipulation and walk away with your head held high. So the next time you come across this story, I hope it helps you recognize the toxic relationships in your life and reminds you that you deserve peace, clarity, and emotional safety. If this story, The Dog and the Hare, resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. We explore ancient fables, mythologies, folk tales, fairy tales, as well as the stories of infamous figures and everyday people, to uncover emotional truth, build self-awareness, and nurture our emotional well-being, one story at a time.